Hey, what's up, everybody? Back with another video, and of course, this video is about Lovecraft Country Season 1. I just watched that season finale. Now, for me, it was interesting with what they did with this particular season of the show because I read the book. I like the book. The one thing that you always have to remember when they do live action adaptations is that they take what's in the book and they change it. But the way they change things on this television show, it's like they gave it a new breath of fresh air to it. Like it really changed the material and actually made it into something else that's a good representation of the original material, but also very different, and it can stand on its own in a good way. Now, of course, if you're not familiar with Lovecraft Country, it's based on a book about a guy named Atticus, and his family has a very unusual connection to magic, and of course all the problems that this ends up bringing up for him later in his life after he returns from the war in Korea. This happens around the 50s, so of course you still got Jim Crow. And what made the book interesting and the television show very interesting is that you take that analogy of monsters, and then you take the analogy of H.P. Lovecraft stories, and then you throw that together with some black Jim Crow action in Chicago and a distant kind of creepy town called place called Artem. So, of course, with this first season, you meet a variety of characters. You have Atticus Freeman, that's played by Jonathan Majors, and then you have a character named Letty, played by Journey Smollett. Then you have Courtney B. Vance playing Atticus's uncle George Freeman, and then you have Michael K. Williams playing Montrose Freeman. He's Atticus's father. They have a rough relationship, but as the season goes on through the episodes, you see why his father is the way he is and why they had such a strained relationship with Atticus growing up. You also have Ingenue Ellis playing his auntie, who's actually married to his uncle George Freeman. She plays Hippolea, and her character does some wild stuff. Like in the book, she did some amazing stuff, but in this adaptation of it, they actually took it to a whole nother level. Then you have Wanmi Masaku. She played Ruby Baptiste, who was actually Letty's older sister. And then of course you have Abby Lee playing Christina Breakwave. She did a good job playing that character. I watched the interview before the show came on. They did like a whole round table with the cast, and she did a pretty good job with her character. Then somebody who actually ended up being on this show that I did not expect was Jamie Chung, and she plays a character named Jia, who wasn't in the book. So the way they played her character out at the beginning, when you watching, I'm like, who is that? And the way they played it out, I think they did a pretty good job with that and made her connect with the story very well. And then you also have Jordan Patrick Smith, who plays William. You'll see him at the beginning of the season, and then it takes an interesting turn with his character when you see him a little bit down the line. And who else was some more characters that stood out? I'm trying to think. They had a couple more people in there, but can't come to mind right now. But pretty much everybody who was on it did a pretty good job. Oh, I cannot forget Jada Harris. She plays Diana Freeman, the little cousin D. I liked her on this. She did a very good job. Now, the difference between, I guess, the book and the show is some of the genders of the characters. In the book, some characters are male, and in the TV series, some characters that were male have become female characters. It was an interesting twist on it because it's a part in this, I think it was season, no, I'm talking about seasons, episode, I think 8 or 9. They make a reference to some of the book material that was literally from the book, and the way they did it, I thought that was pretty cool. But as far as what this show offers, you get the family drama out of it, you get the fantasy aspect out of it, you get the love aspect out of it, and of course you get the magic aspect out of it. And the way they intertwined all these genres and different aspects into this show, I think they did a real good job. Now, as far as the season finale, some of the stuff I saw, I was like, I saw that coming in. Some of the stuff I did not see coming. Like, it was a very, I guess you can say, kind of an extra scene towards the end that caught me off guard, because the way that ended, I was like, damn, they could really go down a path that could be like, damn, I can't believe they might do that to that character. But it was one of the characters I did not expect. They really did something that, I don't know, I guess being that this character has been put through a lot and a lot of people are not paying attention to that. Wink, wink, pay attention to people when they go through traumatizing situations, people. And it kind of took a little dark turn that I did not expect, but hey, it is what it is. It should be interesting to see what happens with that particular character. But quick overview of the season. Of course, Atticus comes back from war. He comes back to the United States. He heads back home after he receives a letter from his father that his father has found out more information about his mother's family. Puts him on a little quest, and of course that ends up being a setup, because they just want to hunt him down because he seems to be the last male heir with the blood of a famous lodge magician who he's related to. I don't want to go too much into it, but that's one of the main reasons they try to hunt him down. They try to do a spell. It backfires on purpose because it seems like it was set up by someone. And then, of course, that causes a chain of unfortunate events for Atticus and his family. And pretty much he takes the whole season trying to find ways to keep everybody safe and trying to find his way to just crack magic so he can actually use it to actually save his family and friends, which is actually a noble thing. So can't be mad at him about that. But as far as the actors, the storyline, they did a good job. Had some stuff in there I didn't expect, but the way they did it, it actually fit perfectly into the story, the way they molded it. So I will say they did a good job with that, at least. And I guess we can put most of that on Misha Green, bringing her little interesting twist to how she does her projects. And she did a good. Well, I'm not going to say she did a good job. She did a great job with this run. So hopefully we get some more Lovecraft Country sooner than later. And hopefully we'll see where they go. Because after how this season ended, I want to see what path it takes. You get a couple of hints of the future on this television show, which I thought was pretty cool, the way they showed the future on there. But I want to see how they actually get to that particular future. Like, what else is going to happen? Do they do some time skips? Do they just go by year? It'd be more interesting, I think, if they did some time skips, but we shall see. But as far as if you want to watch something new, something different, especially something with a black cast in it that does a excellent job playing their parts, hell, the whole cast in total did a good job. Everybody did a good job. But if you want to see something with a black cast and it's just a good show, it's a good show. If you just want to watch a good show, watch this. It has some interesting elements to it, and it's also funny watching someone try to explain the show to people. That's one of the best aspects of it, I think, because of how the different genres that are mixed into it. I think that makes it even more interesting. But as far as I'm concerned, this gets 2 thumbs up from me. Well, 2 thumbs up from me at least. And if you want to watch something interesting, something different, check out Lovecraft Country on HBO. It is well worth it. If you like fantasy, magic, drama, a little bit of horror in there, this is the show for you, trust me. If I haven't recommended any shows for you to watch this year, watch this. Some people get into it at the beginning. I got into it right at the beginning. Some people catch on like after episode like 3 or 4. For me, I was with it from the get-go. But that's my little overview of the first season of Lovecraft Country. I loved it. See, I threw a little pun in there and everything. But otherwise than that, I will catch you all in the next one. All right, everybody.